Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, in various places on the internet. Just turned 10:49 a.m. shortly after I hit record on Saturday, March 14, 2015. And this is my review of original Sailor Moon anime episode number 25, The Brawny Girl in Love, Jupiter-chan. Or as Stephanie Shep puts it, Jupiter, the powerful girl in love. Anyway, this episode originally aired in Japan on September 5th, 1992. And first I want to make note of something that I don't think I mentioned before. Kunzite actually first appeared in episode number 23. But he didn't appear in 24, but now he's reappearing in 25, so I just want to mention that in case I forgot to mention it before. This episode is based on Act 5 of the manga. Just to show you how much filler that there is in the original anime. We're just now getting to Act 5. But anyway, this is significant because this episode is the first appearance of Queen Metalia, or Mataria, or however you pronounce it. I guess Metalia, I'm not sure, because metal. But anyway, her voice appears. She's talking with Queen Beryl at the beginning, but she's not named yet. I don't think she's been named yet at all. They keep calling her the Great Ruler. Okay. Alright, so the opening scene sets up the plot for the second half of the series. I mean, we've already gone into the second half, but I guess, we're one episode past the beginning of the second half. But anyway, first, Queen Beryl offers energy to Queen Metalia. I wonder where she got it from. I mean, is it like the remains of Nephrite? That would be kind of dark, wouldn't it? Anyway, they don't explain it, but anyway. So the plot is, according to Queen Metalia, they have to find the reincarnations of the legendary 7 monsters of the Dark Kingdom. These monsters had been defeated long ago, and they were, the legendary silver crystal was broken into 7 pieces, and a fragment each was, the monsters were sealed like in a fragment of the legendary silver crystal. And these separate fragments are called the rainbow crystals. The monsters have been reincarnated on Earth. They've been reborn as humans. They have no memory of their previous lives of evil. Interesting. So, Queen Beryl modifies the dark crystal that Nephrite had. She puts it into a crystal ball or whatever. And it comes out as a rainbow crystal detector. Okay, so Zoisite and Kunzite are going to be in charge of, finding the rainbow crystal carriers. This episode is also very, very important because Makoto is here! Yeah, Makoto Kino, aka Sailor Jupiter. She's a new transfer student to Usagi's school, although not to her classroom. There's rumors going around courtesy of Umino, relaying them to Usagi that supposedly she had got kicked out of her last school for fighting. Whatever. She's a tough girl. She saves Usagi from some street thugs. She beats them up. Usagi, of course, has an instant girl crush on Makoto and even calls her Mako, but then catches herself and asks her if it's okay to call her that, and yeah. There's, Luna senses something about, Mako. She can't tell what it is exactly. Okay, so, Makoto in this new English dub is voiced by Amanda Celine Miller, just called Amanda C. Miller for short. How is she? She's good. Yeah, I like her. She has a good, firm voice as Mako. So yeah, no complaints. Of course, I grew up with the Deke dub, so I love Susan Roman as Lita, as they called her. But the new voice is good. So, of course, I've never heard of any of these voice actors before. This is like a whole new generation of voice actors that I am not familiar with at all. But there's a scene where Mako is like rubbing under Luna's chin and Luna's being all like a cat, like it's so cute. The scene where Usagi kind of is spying on Mako outside and wanting to get her lunch. It's done cuter in the Crystal anime, where you see like Usagi's Odongo like behind the bench, just popping up into view. But it's okay here too. So Usagi and Mako go to Crown Arcade. Mako's playing a video game. I can't tell in that scene if it's Sailor V or not. But anyway, there's this guy coming to the arcade called Joe the Crane Game Troll, because apparently he always wins plushy animals, like stuffed animals, out of the crane game. Like, he wins them all. He's probably got hundreds of them. Okay. So, he also wins. He wins Sailor V and Sailor Mercury plushes, which this is so confusing. How are there plushies of the Sailor Sentry and of Tuxedo Mask in the Sailor Moon universe? Who approves the manufacturer of these? The manufacturing of them. It's like, okay. Anyway, there's a bit of kind of a hint of a backstory with Mako, where Joe reminds her of her first love. So I guess someone from a previous school or whatever. It's not elaborated upon or anything. But anyway, later on when Zoisite attacks Joe in the street because, he's a crystal carrier. He has powers and he uses them to win at the crane game. But anyway, so Mako takes on Zoisite and actually, causes him some damage on his cheek. She hits him hard. And this is actually Sailor Sentry's first look at Zoisite. Of course, after Zoisite's gone and they ask Joe if he's okay, Joe gets angry for no reason. He's a bit of a jerk. But later on, Mako and Usagi are looking at Joe from, they're outside the coffee shop. They're looking inside at Joe. Joe finally gets sick of Mako just staying out there, so he signals for her to come in and join him. They have a discussion about his abilities, and this is when he first reveals his abilities to Mako, and she asks if it's cheating. He says no, he's just using his natural abilities, which, good point, but he's a jerk also when Zoisite attacks. I guess, yeah, he attacks inside the fruit, not the fruit parlor, the coffee shop or whatever, and Joe tries to get away. He doesn't even try to help Mako. He says something, I forget exactly what, but it's like the second time that a guy that she's liked has said that to her, or said that about her, and she's fed up. When Usagi and Joyce are fighting, there's this one point where Mako refers to Sailor Moon as her hero, which is neat. But why doesn't Mako suspect that Sailor Moon is Usagi? I mean, other than the fact that they look completely identical, which by this point, I mean, it's ridiculous. But anyway, regardless of that, Luna is with Sailor Moon when she was with Usagi previously. There's no indication that Mako's putting this together. So we get Mako's transformation into Sailor Jupiter, as well as her attack, and it's awesome. It looks cool. She even calls upon her guardian planet Jupiter to do the in preparing her attack. So I don't know if she does that later on, but that was a nice touch. When she says Supreme Thunder, it's funny in the dub. Usagi says Supreme Sunday. I doubt that was in the original. I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't checked the Japanese track, but it was nice. It's funny. It's so Usagi, actually. So after the monster's been defeated, because Luna gives Usagi a new item, they can't just defeat the monster because the monster is human now. So Usagi gets a moon stick from Luna. Luna does her little cartwheel thing and makes the moon stick appear. That's still never explained. I mean, does she pull out some kind of pocket dimension or something? But anyway, so Usagi uses moon healing escalation. This is the first episode that this attack is in. So Joe's healed. I don't know what kind of explanation that they're going to give him. They don't address this or nothing. But anyway, Luna says that now that all four Guardians are together, Usagi is their leader. The moon stick indicates that she's the leader, and she has to lead them in finding the Moon Princess. Okay? So later on, Mako's playing Sailor V at the arcade. She loses. She's talking about like who needs boys, and she's all pissed and everything. But she loses, and she's like, "Oh, come on." Okay, Motoki shows up. He wasn't there earlier. In fact, Usagi had wondered where he was, but now he shows up, and he reminds Mako of her first love that broke her heart. So Usagi rightly points out, didn't Joe remind you of your first love? And Mako's like, oh, I just meant his voice. I guess she means, I think she means Joe's voice. That Joe reminded me of only his voice, but Motoki is, exactly him. At least that's the way that I interpret it. It's kind of... Anyway. So, yeah. I wonder if this is going to be a recurring thing with Mako, with like every guy reminding her of her first love or whatever. I hope they don't repeat this too much, because it would get pretty tiring pretty fast. But yeah, overall, really nice episode, and it's 11:03 a.m. and thanks for watching.